Hey there everybody, Red Parasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. In the last episode, we wrapped up the remainder of the Mushroom 13, which included some of the most difficult ones, in my opinion. But, as now behind us, we have ourselves a fancy bronze crown. And, in this episode, it is the moment that you've all been waiting for, or at least the moment that I've been waiting for. You're finally going to be taking on Data Organization 13. Yeah, get a little view of the area before we dive into it. So here's how this is gonna work. I decided, instead of, picking an order for these myself and then just kind of doing it in that order, that would be too boring. So I wrote a script that randomizes the order of the fights for me. So you won't be able to see that. I might post an image of it or something at some point if I decide to, but just know that I'm not picking the order that I do these in. I'm just going to do whatever the script gives me. And first up is Saix, number 7. It's funny that this one came up first because this one involves a gimmick. Well, I mean, all the fights have their gimmick, but there's a strategy that you can do to cheese this one, which of course I'm going to try to do because doing the fight normally is a bit of a pain, to put it mildly. Now, what did I miss here? Also, you can totally do this, by the way. Just by holding L1 or R1, you can kind of zoom through the list. Something that I did a really terrible job of demonstrating previously. Oh yeah, we filled out the rest of the Heartless. That's a thing that happened. So there you go. We got the golden Mickey on that. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So, all right. For this fight, I think... Oh, right, yeah, I don't have... I'm going to put ethers on my customize menu. I'm probably going to keep it like that for the majority of the Organization 13 fights, just because it's, easier to do than menuing, marginally, but whatever. I just want the ability to do it quickly. So for this fight, yeah, I'll stick with Decisive Pumpkin. I will be switching up some Keyblades and abilities depending on the fight. Also, I have MP Haste off. It's probably a good idea to turn that back on. Let's see. Make sure I don't have any of that stuff on from the previous ones. However, for this particular fight, we're actually going to be using Peter Pan. So what I'm going to recommend doing before any of these fights is just go into final form before you start the fight. Once you enter the fight, it's going to reset the drive gauge, and it'll give you a full drive gauge. But the main reason that I want to do it is just so anytime if we need to go into a drive form in any of these fights, which can happen, we're at much lower risk of getting anti-form, which is something you definitely don't want to happen. So just, go into final form before all of them. So I'm just going to do that right now. And then I'm also going to buffer the Peter Pan input on the menu here, such that when I go into the fight, I can just hit down and then get into it pretty quickly. All right, without further ado, let's do the strat. Or let's try to do the strat. I've actually showed off the strat before with some of the Coliseum fights. It's basically just the strat of you pull out Peter Pan, and then jump and do 3 attacks. Land, rinse, repeat. So I'm probably gonna shut up here so I can focus on it. Yep. Yep, he got out of it.
Take that! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Take that! Take that!
No exit.
Take that!
No
Take
exit.
that! Take that! Yeah! Yeah! Take that!
Okay, so I dropped it quite a few times there. And Peter Pan actually came to the rescue in a lot of situations. I should probably explain at this point what happens if you don't do this strat, because the fight kind of turns into a nightmare without it. So it works similarly to how the fight goes in the main story, where you can see there was the Berserk gauge in the top left corner, and it'll fill up over time. And once it fills up completely and he goes into that Berserk mode, he is completely invincible until you snap him out of it using one of his swords and the associated reaction command. However, there is a much shorter window of time for you to grab the swords after he throws them for the attacks. And, you know, combine that with the fact that he's just a lot faster in general, and it can become a huge pain to try to do. So, yeah, all things considered, wasn't 100% smooth sailing on that, but I'll just take the victory for now and move on. So let's see what the script has for me next. And it rolled Demyx. We're just getting all of like the super gimmicky out of the fights out of the way first, apparently. It's just honestly fine by me. So for this one, I don't know if I really feel like switching to a magic-based Keyblade. It's gonna be slightly more important here. You know what? We'll just stick with the Slice of Pumpkin. Ability-wise, I definitely want to have fire on my shortcut menu. So I'm going to replace Thundaga with fire for this. And then abilities-wise, let's see. I don't think I need anything particular. We're going to be using Wisdom Form in this fight. I would also recommend packing as many ethers as possible. Actually, oh, I just realized I don't actually have like all ethers on my menu. Oh, because I'm out. All right. Well, I should fix that. I'm gonna go ahead and go to buy some ethers then. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. As you can see, bought 20 ethers. I'm hoping that's enough. I do have more money. If I need to get more, then I'll get more. But Alright, I think we are ready. Let's make sure that, yep, we've still got Wisdom Form. Ready to go. Yeah, wait a minute. Actually, I just realized, yeah, I should probably do that thing that I talked about. Okay, let's do it. Demyx is a very interesting fight. I'm going to be going into Wisdom Form right away here because he's going to do the same water clone thing that he did when we fought him here in the main story. However, that Wild Dance reaction command that they did or was available during that fight is no longer available. So killing the water clones is a lot harder than it was previously. Which is why I recommend using Wisdom Form Pyraga. You can see it's quite effective at killing the clones. So I don't know. Oops, another item. I don't know how randomized the patterns are for this, but usually you'll get like there's 25, like 13, 75. All right, so we got him out of it. So now it's our turn to do a little bit of damage, but you just have to deal with whatever he throws at you for the number of forms. There's the Wild Dance. It's not easy to get like a finisher in before. Oops, this is not going so great. He attacks very frequently. Yeah, see, like I was just about to get Guard Break in there, but I just didn't get the opportunity. Man, I'm really not having a good time with this. So, like, basically all of his attacks are pretty much the same, but just faster, as you can probably tell. I'm trying to conserve my ethers for fire use. Man. Donald, if you wouldn't mind healing me some more, that would be great. And he's dead. Oh, Donald's dead. Wait, that didn't bring Donald back? What the?
It's over. It's dance, water, dance. Heal. Let's go. Fire, fire, dance, water, dance. Fire, fire. Fire, water, dance. Dance, water, dance. Okay. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire, give me strength.
Blew it again.
That was something. So, I'm guessing what I'm probably gonna end up doing is just cutting out all of my live commentary for that, whatever that there was, because I stopped talking part of the way through. But I'm just gonna post-commentate that because, oh boy, I got tilted, like really, really tilted. So there's one point where you know, he went into the water clone attack, and Donald was dead. I didn't realize it for a few seconds, and then it's like, oh well, I kind of need to go into wisdom form, so I healed, and it didn't heal Donald for some reason, and so I kind of thought that I was screwed. And even then, it, like, I still managed to pull it out, but that was really indicative of why this is probably one of my least favorite of the Data Org fights. Like, honestly, it might be my least favorite. Okay, that was something. I really need to, like, do my best to just get it out of my head and move on, because it is really, really soured my mood. I like Data Org, like, in this game for the most part. That's one of the ones that I don't do. I think it's pretty obvious why at this point. Okay, next one. I'm salty. I'm going to continue being salty. It's just a thing. Apparently, the RNG's preferring to cluster around, like, the middle numbers, because guess which one it did next? Axel! Okay, well, definitely don't bring fire into this fight for your customization also. I just realized I have Retaliating Slash still on. What did I just do there? Okay, abilities, Sora. Retaliating Slash off. Decisive Pumpkin is fine. I'm going to... yeah, I guess I'll put on Blizzaga. So why not? Let's see. As far as this fight goes, you know, just put Blizzaga on your magic, I guess. You're probably not going to be using magic too much. I would definitely recommend having auto limit on in case you need to just recover health. That'll be obvious in a minute. Otherwise, just gonna jump in. This is another one that's probably going to require a lot of my concentration. We get treated to 13th struggle again.
Come here. I'll make it all stop.
Okay, so Axel's gimmick is that he puts the floor on fire, and you can see it's continuously sapping our health. The fire will not kill you.
It's over.
But, of course, if you're down to 1 HP, then any other hit from Axel will kill you. So just be careful about that. If you can get that reaction command when he comes back in, then you can... Oops. If you can get that, then it will deactivate the floor fire for a while. So definitely make use of that. I should probably go for the limit here.
Give me strength. Yeah, this is it.
One thing that's really good about limit form
Back off.
is that using limits will restore your health when you get hits, so it's a great way of counteracting his moves. Oops, I had the opportunity to do it again. Well, that's not fair. I can't see because of the wall.
It's over.
One important thing is that oh, he's doing his DM now. I'm just gonna take this opportunity to heal. I'm having a really tough time with this wall. Yeah, he's doing his DM. Wonderful.
Back off.
Okay, so important thing to note, I haven't really been talking because I needed to concentrate, but you will need to have the floor fire off in order to actually finish the fight. So you'll have to hit that reaction command at least once. Man, I keep on like running into the wall. Oh, this is great.
This is it. It's over. Take this. This is it.
Okay, that fight can be really stressful, so best things that I can recommend doing is your first course of action, if your health gets low, should be to heal. If you have ethers equipped like I do, you can heal and then use an ether, such that you'll have your magic back whenever you need to heal again. Auto limit is a great thing to have on. It's a great panic button if you've already healed, your magic is out, and you just need to get your health back. It'll also restore your magic as well. So the best thing to do is just kind of try to balance out healing with drive form usage, and maintain that gauge as well as you can to make sure that you always have some method of being able to heal. That aside, Axel doesn't really have too many attacks. He has the get back, which you can guard. You can also reflect that as well. He can also throw his like chakram at you, which you can roll out of the way to dodge that. Of course, there's this desperation move, which you saw a couple of times. It's really not as bad as some of the, as far as some of the desperation moves for some of the other bosses go. But that aside, the fight is a lot easier if you can hit the reaction command consistently. So I think that about does it for my advice on Axel. So I'm gonna try to hit up one more fight in this episode. I think I'm gonna try to shoot for 4 fights per part. And I don't know why it does this, but the next one that I rolled is Zexion, so I've gotten literally 7, 9, 8, and then 6 so far. So for Zexion, let's see, I'm gonna just switch Thunder back on my shortcuts. Ethers, Reflect are both good things to have on for this. Other than that, I don't think we're gonna need anything particular for abilities or special keyblades. So I'm just gonna go into final form before we start the fight,
Let's go.
as usual. So this is another fight. You know, we've seen this before from the Absent Silhouette. You're only going to be able to do damage to him while he's outside, like on the Destiny Islands facsimile here. I don't generally find it terribly worth trying to rescue. Get back here. He's really like wants to run away a lot. So you can try to rescue your friends from the books. I just don't find it particularly beneficial to do. So you have to find which book is actually him. Any other books that aren't him will, you know, go away immediately when you hit them. You can try to look for a red aura around the book when it does attacks. Like whenever he does attacks, so there it is. It's over here. If he traps you in a book in this, then just mash to get out. There's a reaction command that you can do at the end of it to immediately get the break on him. That was, you know, pretty convenient. Okay, so I found the one. There we go. Got some nice reflect damage. So unlike the Absent Silhouette form, I believe, you actually have to do a finisher in order to get the reaction command to get out of the book here. It's an important thing to note. Alright, he tried to go for Goofy, but it failed somehow. I think it's because Goofy was in the middle of the attack. But we got the auto one here. So we've got his health low enough now that he's going to do his DM. So this is the, find the right book. There's no shame in pause buffering for this. And then, yeah, just do a quick run to get into the right area once it appears. He still got me. There's no way around it. Like when the game decides that you're going to be trapped in a book, you get trapped in the book. So we're doing the DM dance again. So I'm just using magic as an easy finisher here to make sure that I get the reaction command. Once you get his health low enough here, he basically always just traps you in the book again. So the one attack that I've actually been doing a pretty good job of avoiding with the reflect there is the attack where you actually trap your commands. It traps your commands and you have to unlock it to get out.
Take this.
So if you do like a well-timed reflect for that, you can avoid it like I've been doing.
Yeah, it's over.
It's not too bad of an attack with pause buffer, but if you don't get hit by it in the first place, then you don't have to worry about it. And yep, just one more round of this, and we'll be done.
This is it. It's over.
Now, this is one of the ones that I would consider to be easier. We started with some of the harder ones, I would say. We'll see where it goes from here. But that is Zexion. Oh yeah, you get rewards for beating them. These rewards, sorry, are all repeatable. So if you face them again, which you can do, of course, you can get those rewards as many times as you want. Some of these I would not want to redo, but hey, the option is there if you want it. Okay, well that is 4 down, 8 to go. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I've been Red X Parasite, signing out.